Rachel Zegler's Hollywood career has taken a shocking turn. Leaked footage and insider reports suggest Disney may be moving to end her future in the industry. What started as a dream comeback has turned into a nightmare, with major studios already pulling away from her. Reports claim that even top actors are distancing themselves, and Disney might take legal action that could end her career for good. Here's what we'll cover. Footage of Rachel's emotional breakdown during a recent theater performance that worried the audience and crew. Leaked audio of big Hollywood names criticizing her, damaging her reputation. The financial troubles making studios question if she's worth the risk. And finally, leaked Disney conversations that could change everything. Rachel Zegler rose to fame quickly, landing roles many actors dream about. But what once looked like a bright future is now one of Hollywood's most dramatic downfalls.
Legend Rachel Zegler just finished her run in Evita on the West End in London, and seriously, she just had the longest standing ovation at her final performance that theater has ever seen. During her last balcony Don't Cry For Me Argentina, she also broke character just for a second to thank everyone for coming out, and seriously, she is such a generational talent. I'm obsessed with her. She also, of course, greeted everyone at the stage door last night. She was just so happy to be there, and her fellow cast members also gave her a really, really nice send-off speech, saying how caring and kind and how amazing she was in this performance, and it was so great to see.
Kindness and generosity, and you really set the fucking...
Andrew Lloyd Webber also used this as his caption. That's where I found out that this was the longest standing ovation at that London theater, but props to Rachel because this was everything.
The turning point came with Disney's major remake, a project that was meant to make Rachel Zegler a true leading lady. Instead, it became the center of controversy that ultimately derailed her career. The production was plagued by huge budget problems, creative disagreements, and bad press, turning what should have been a career-defining moment into a PR nightmare. Insiders say Rachel struggled under the pressure. The constant scrutiny and backlash reportedly took a toll on her, straining her professional relationships and affecting her personal well-being. The actress who once confidently predicted her own success now faces a reality she never imagined. Even her theater comeback, meant to remind everyone of her talent, became another flashpoint. Audience members described her as visibly distressed during key performances, making what should have been a triumphant standing ovation feel tense and emotional instead of celebratory.
The longest standing ovations in theatre history. She couldn't help but break down in tears as her standing ovation broke the London Palladium record, and it marked the end of a very controversial up and down year or two for Rachel Zegler and ended her year on a very high note.
Just months ago, Rachel Zegler looked set for long-term success, with several major projects lined up. Now, many of those projects are quietly being cancelled or recast, leaving her future in Hollywood uncertain. The fallout isn't limited to Rachel alone. Co-stars who worked with her are reportedly struggling to distance themselves from the controversy while protecting their own careers. The entire production has become a cautionary tale about how fast public opinion can turn, and how devastating the consequences can be when it does.
Asked about how the film performed poorly, right? And here's what she said. First of all, I have to say that I really enjoyed filming this movie. I was sure that the movie was going to be a huge success. And then October 7th happened. And what's happening in all kinds of industries and also in Hollywood is that there's a lot of pressure on celebrities to speak out against Israel.
Industry insiders are calling this a perfect storm of bad decisions, bad timing, and rising tensions that left everyone involved with no good options. The big question now is whether this marks the end of Rachel Zegler's Hollywood dreams, or if she can still find a way back from this devastating setback. Leaked documents suggest the answer isn't simple. The situation has reached a breaking point that even longtime Hollywood observers say is unprecedented. According to multiple sources, Disney's internal discussions have reportedly shifted from trying to manage the damage to cutting ties completely. These are conversations happening at the very top of the company, among people who control careers worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And the leaked communications I've seen are staggering. Disney executives are allegedly exploring every legal option available, including breach of contract claims that could force Rachel to pay back a large part of her earnings.
Rumors of Rachel Zegler suing Disney for $200 million over brand damage. Now, so far, these are rumors because there hasn't been any court documents, but the word is that lawyers from Disney had an emergency meeting. The posts are claiming that she's demanding this money because of the defamation of her character.
Snow White is the #1 movie in the world.
If anybody should be suing, it should be Disney, because they lost a ton of money. And anywhere that Disney tries to promote their movie, it gets minimal likes, comments, and views, even though they're paying for these promotions. And as you guys already know, it has one of the worst ratings of any Disney movie of all time. It's actually lower than this.
The language in these internal Disney documents is strikingly severe, with phrases like promotional sabotage and willful damage to brand reputation appearing repeatedly. The financial implications are staggering. Industry lawyers estimate that, if Disney pushes forward aggressively, Rachel Zegler could face damages worth tens of millions of dollars. This is no longer just about losing roles. It could mean settlements that follow her for decades, potentially leaving her bankrupt. But the most shocking detail is that Disney isn't only focused on Rachel. According to the leaks, they are reportedly using her case as a blueprint for future contracts, essentially turning her downfall into a warning for other actors about what happens when they step out of line during promotional campaigns. The psychological toll is becoming increasingly clear. Sources close to Rachel describe someone who is struggling to process how quickly her world collapsed. The confident young actress who once made bold predictions about her career is now left facing fractured relationships and a reputation in ruins. Even her theater colleagues have noticed the strain. Reports mention missed rehearsals, emotional outbursts during costume fittings, and tense interactions with other cast members that left everyone unsettled. Her professional composure, something every actor is trained to maintain, seemed to be breaking under a level of pressure few in the industry ever face. To make matters worse, the media has turned against her. Outlets that once celebrated her as a rising star are now publishing investigative exposés scrutinizing her behavior and decision-making.